TRW, back here at the wargaming table, taking a look at La Reconquista, Edad Media, 8th to the 15th centuries. That's the game. It's a system game and a magazine game from ALEA 2011. The battle is Guadalete. Guadalete fought in the year 711. Okay, so before movement, this game is starting to, I'm starting to catch on with this game. I have to say, these Spanish war games, they have a tendency to sneak up on me. At first I take a look at them and I think there just isn't much here, and then they reveal themselves over time and through play, and that's pretty classic, classic dynamic there. But the game catching on. I'm definitely getting, my interest is building here. I want to point out an exception that I missed earlier. I talked about each unit can be activated each impulse. That's what I said. So since there is a first impulse and a second impulse, that makes it sound like every unit can act twice actually during a turn, but there is a big exception. So your heavy mounted units, your Riba and Orda units, can only be activated one impulse per turn. Important exception. And I thought if the rules could have said that the heavy units can only activate in the first impulse but not the second, or they can only act in the second impulse, not the first, but that's not what it says. It says just one impulse per turn. So then there aren't any game markers to indicate that, to help you track that type of stuff. There isn't. So I thought that, so here's an Orda unit that I believe, I didn't go back and check, but I think I moved this Orda unit, that is the Christian heavy cavalry unit right here. I think I moved it in the last impulse, which is the first impulse of the turn. I'm about ready to go into the second impulses for the Muslim side and then for the Christian side. So I thought I would pull out. I haven't shown the back sides of these counters, so this is another Orda unit. Remember, these are generic type units. So this Orda unit's exactly like that Orda unit, but this is from the counter mix. On the back side, you have printed the unit type like that, and so I thought that to help me remember, I would use these as reminder markers. I'm going to put it on top of that Orda unit to remind me that that Orda unit cannot activate again. Okay, so what we did is we have our alama markers, 3 for the Muslim, 5 for the Christian side, and then each side saved an activation, a Naxit from the first impulse, to get 1 extra activation point. So now we start over with the sequence of phases. So I take that literally to mean we're going to place player A is the Muslim side. So I'm going to grab. But here's the thing. Let's see. What was I thinking earlier? I was thinking you have to. What was I thinking? I was thinking you have to keep. Yeah, you have to keep track of these units that have moved. There's a reason for that. Well, basically it has to do with the numerical archer units. I'm going to move these guys up here so they can be seen. So how did I do that last time? How did I do that? can't remember how I did that last time. I guess I could leave. Okay, so 2 Muslim units have activated. That's 1 and 2 there. And I need to record that I'm picking up with, this will be the 3rd Muslim unit to activate this turn, 4th, 5th, etc. But what I need is 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4 Noxet counters. Well, actually, I could take this one now. I don't need, this was just a reminder for this period right now. So there's 2, and then I'll grab 2 from the side. There we go. There's 4 Noxet counters, 4 activation counters, and again, that's 3 from the ALEA track plus 1 left over from the earlier impulse for a total of 4. Now I go again. I'm just doing just real quickly, not paying much attention to. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm offsetting them so I can see the unit type. Because I have to do them in order again. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the Christian side, they need a total of 6. Is that right? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so 1, oh wait, that would be all of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I could use the ALEA marker here. There we go. So now we have six markers. All right. Again, 1, 2. You don't have to use them. It's not like you're forced to use them. So, and if you can't use them, you just can't use them. Actually, but I guess I can get 6. Okay. All right. So that's placement of A players activation markers, placement of B player activation markers. Then we go to the movement activations of the first player here. So this is the 3rd Muslim unit to move this turn. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Oh wait. Here we go again. Got to go in order. All right. So heavy cavalry first. I don't think we have any in this game. No, I don't see any. All right, and then mounted. So that's dismounted. Here's mounted. So here we go. There we go. 3rd Muslim unit to move. 1, 2. Fourth unit to move. 1, 2. And then dismounted. Okay. 5th and 6th. Wait. Now, those just aren't going to, they're just not going to be able to be used. Now, why is that? Well, the overall number was 6. That's why. Okay. first player combats, and again, I don't see much. Right, combat's one way here, so I'm not sure I like that. By the way, I'm not sure I like any more games where, you know, basically there's no direct cost of going into combat, but oh well. There is an indirect cost in this case. I guess there's always an indirect cost because you are in contact with the enemy, so if the enemy survives, then you get your combat afterwards, but you get the enemy attack against you afterwards, but I don't know. It's not the same. Alright, so here, alright, so one attack die. Yeah, 3 is not going to be anything in here. Oh, there we go, 6. Not sure there are any modifiers that apply here. And it's 1 step loss, so it's gone. Here, oh, this is variable. I think it's 1 against Cavalry, yeah. Yeah, 3's nothing. And then here, I just noticed, I mean, there's no retreat before combat, which I maybe retreat before combat's lower echelon wise. 4, I don't think there are any modifiers that apply. Yeah. Oh no, wait. No, there is one that applies, but I rolled anyways. The first unit got that +1. So actually, but you still do the second attack. This is a retreat result. Defender retreats unit 1 hex. All right, RU stands for RU, retreat. The defender unit retreats 1 hex. It can accumulate several RU results during one game impulse. So the total will be the number of hexes to be withdrawn. If as a result of a withdrawal, the unit must leave the game board, it may not return to it on the next impulse and is considered to be eliminated. Okay. Yeah. On withdrawals with RU or rally results, the Mentaka or zone of control rules are ignored. That's what I was wondering. I'm glad they spelled that out. So it tells me that you can retreat through enemy zones of control. What it doesn't tell me is what happens if you can't retreat. I wonder what happens if you can't retreat. I don't know. I guess that's all the combats for Muslim side or player A. Now we'll go to player B. Alright, so from the player B or Christian side, we're picking up with the next unit move will be the 5th unit. So just to point out, the Muslims this turn only moved up to a 6th move. The 7 and 8 archer markers of the Christian side are not going to be able to be used. They're not used. Now, of course, when you're playing face to face, these are face down, so the opponent wouldn't know that. It's not like there's any. Not like when you're playing face to face. It's not like there's any deliberate playing of those numbers for the most part. And let's see. Yeah, so the next Christian unit's going to be the 5th one here. I have to move my order units first. Here's one. Here it is right here. So I'm just going to move 1, 2, 3. That's the 5th move. Now the 6th move will be other cavalry. Other cavalry. Here's cavalry. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's the 6th move right there. Now the Muslim player plays that last 6 there for the archers right there. 6. Reveals it. Yeah, 2's not anything. So they're done with their archer units there. 7th move, other cavalry. Now, do I go... Well, yeah. This is my medium cavalry against their light cavalry, so I'm going to move there and here. And finally the infant... Oh, wait. Got another cavalry here. He's just going to move here and wait. Then here, 1, 2, or 1, 2. All right. I wonder what happens if you sack the enemy camp. I'll look for that later. Okay, so now player B combats or melees. Still don't have these modifiers down cold, so let's go. Both of these guys are attacking, so I will attack with the order first and add 1 because there are 2 units attacking. Well, let me get my roll first. Well, there we go. 15 plus 1 for the... It says if 2 or more units attack, 1 unit plus 1 only for one of the attackers, one of the attacking units. And again, I don't see any negative modifiers. Let me make a quick check. I don't... Positive, 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 positive. I only see positive modifiers. So in that case, I think... Yeah, I only see positive modifiers, so I'm going to say that we've hit, with +1, we've hit 16, and 16 or more is the defender gets a step loss. The Christian light cavalry, I'm sorry, Muslim light cavalry only has 1 step. This is the Fursan unit, 1 step. So eliminated. Yeah, that's that. No advance after combat or anything like that. Guess this can come off now. That just was my reminder that he couldn't move in the second impulse here. So we got the medium cavalry 2 dice against the Fursan unit. Oh, 3 is not going to be anything. And here, the Adal 8, that might be something. For 2 dice, 8 is a retreat, so does anything else apply? It's only 1-to-1 unit. Defenders does not have a step loss marker. There's no color marker involved. This is not heavy cavalry. Oh, if there are adjacent 2 or more friendly units to the defender, +1 for the defender. Now, when they say 2 or more, do they mean 2 or more in addition to the unit, or do they mean together? What is meant there? Wait a minute, that would be... Yeah, +1 for the defender, but it's a weird. I'm not going to look at that right now. That's worded weirdly. Alright, so it is a retreat. Retreat like that. And that is all of the combats. Now, at this point I want to say that I'm just playing really quickly, not paying a lot of attention. Now, I need to go after the Moloch units. So the Moloch is, I think the leader unit, Moloch unit, is always stacked with a unit. If I destroy or even just force to retreat a unit stacked with the leader or even adjacent, I think, during the game, every time that a unit stacked with the Moloch marker suffers 1 step loss, or the unit is forced to retreat and leave the game board, its opponent captures randomly one of the banner chits. So that's what I need to be going after. Basically, I need to be going after the Moloch on both sides. Both sides need to be going after the Moloch to get those banners, which correspondingly means you want to defend your Moloch. So to put a protective ring around the Moloch. But that, of course, presents more opportunities if they're adjacent for getting, during the game, every time the unit stacked or the unit is forced to retreat. Oh, I'm sorry, never mind the adjacent thing. I'm confusing this with another. No, it's every time a unit stacked with the Moloch counter loses a step or is forced off the map. Okay, then the other side gets a banner. Okay, that's what it is. The Moloch counter, by the way, just comes back on the board the next turn. When a loss happens, the Moloch marker leaves the game board in the current turn, and at the beginning of the following turn, it is stacked with a different unit. Legal, another legal unit. Okay. No, wait. There will always be a legal unit, but you only stack it with a heavy cavalry unit if that's all you have left. Okay. So general idea is, now that I've worked through some of the mechanics, now I need to be thinking about getting those banners by causing losses to the Moloch counter, which means going after it.